Back to ArtPrize now. And so what does this contest mean for our local economy? A Grand Valley State University study of last year's event put the figure at about $7 million. Now a Lansing economist is undertaking a new study. 24 Hour News 8's Tony Tagliavia caught up with him today. Tony's live downtown.
Good evening, Brian. One of our first questions was, why is a new study needed? But the group that's commissioning this study, leaders there say it's key because not every year's event is the same. They can use it to compare one to the next, but they also say they really want to drill down on attendance. They say that's key to finding the real economic impact. A VP with experience Grand Rapids says the new study is one way to compare this year's event to last year.
As ArtPrize grows as an event, we need to have really the expertise that the Anderson Economic Group can bring to this study is expertise that I don't have, that as far as comparing this to larger, broader, similar events and even those that are different.
The East Lansing-based Anderson Economic Group will now be trying to figure out the impact of visitors like Jan Young.
It's invigorating, right?
And Joan Weingardner. The two are here with a busload of other visitors from Midland. They're not staying overnight in a hotel, but they still could spend.
We might. Well, definitely we'll eat here, and we might see a shop that we'll go into.
The question is to find out how much they're spending. How difficult a task is that?
Oh, we specialize in the economic impact analysis. We tend to do it more conservatively than other folks. There's a very careful way to do it properly. It's easier to just, take numbers and double them, but we do it very carefully, and that's part of our methodology we're going to use here so that the community leaders in the area get an idea of, is this a benefit to our area or not?
Patrick Anderson says one key is making sure you don't count spending that was going to happen anyway, like people who work downtown and go out to lunch. Speaking at the Economic Club of Grand Rapids today, Anderson was introduced as a researcher who doesn't just give the answers people want to hear. But he did tell us today events like ArtPrize do typically have a positive economic impact.
If that occurs, we'll find it.
We were talking with one of his associates after we spoke with Patrick Anderson. She said one of the things they may look at is just talking with attendees rather than businesses, because if you talk to both, you could double count the impact. We'll be watching to see what that study finds. Live in downtown Grand Rapids, Tony Tagliavia, 24 Hour News 8.